going to do things a little bit differently, where this time you're just looking at me drawing and still, show things up to the screen. I will be getting a new camera soon because this one's not great with its definition, but I will be getting a new one. So bear with me with that. But what we'll do is we'll start off with doing some heads, some more detailed heads than just simple shapes. And then we might do some poses for characters as well today. So to start with, let's draw a circle. It doesn't have to be, so you need pencil and paper, of course, as usual. Doesn't have to be a perfect circle, just a circle. And then we'll draw a line down the middle. I need to turn my camera. There we go. So yeah. Okay. So a circle with a line down like that. And then the next thing we're going to do is find out where we want the chin to go. So this is the top of the head. This isn't the bottom of the head. The bottom of the head's going to be maybe here. I'm just going to work out my lining. And then from that chin area, we're going to come back on an angle either side. And then we don't want to go straight here. We want to be on an angle. So it's going to sort of come out like this and then out like this. So you have that tapered chin, tapered jaw, tapered face. Some people do have, jaws that go out like that. But we're just doing sort of a regular person here. So I might just rub out the bottom of the circle because we don't need that now. All right, so these construction lines. So now we've got the top of the head and the bottom of the head. So we want to find halfway between those 2 points. So I'm going to look at mine. Halfway is about there. Let's measure it just roughly. And then I'm going to draw a line through. So it's not halfway of the circle, it's halfway of the whole size. Okay. And then from the side of the head to the middle line, find about halfway on that one, put a little marker in. And same with this one, from the middle to that side, find about halfway. Now mine's actually wider on that side, this side's a bit skinnier. That's okay, doesn't have to be exact. Zoom in a bit. See. Yeah, so you can see those dots where I've done the eyes. That's where I'm going to draw the pupils. Just going to draw little dots. Little dots like that. And then I'm just going to do a curve over the top as an eyelid and one underneath. If you can see that, there you go, that's a bit better. I did put a little extra line above, like a crease. If you look at your own eyes, you can see like a crease at the top when you open your eyes wide. Okay, so we're going to do another halfway line. So it's going to be halfway between the eye line and the chin. So it's going to be roughly there. Draw across. And that's going to be the bottom of the nose. So you could have your nostrils in there. Even draw up one side of the nose because that then becomes your eyebrow. And then you draw the eyebrow on the other side. One slightly higher than the other. So you could do a little bit of shading down one side of the nose if you wanted to. You can, make the nostrils bigger. Depends on the type of nose you want. Some people have big noses, some people have little noses. Okay, and so now we're going to make a mark. We're not going to draw another line, but from halfway from the nose to the chin, find out where that is, roughly there. Put that a bit bigger so you can see it. Now that's not where the mouth is. That's the little shadow under the bottom lips. The mouth is actually above that. Just a little shadow there. Okay. So now for ears. Your ears are sort of halfway between its nose line and your eyebrow. So the ears are going to fit in that section there. They have to fill the whole area, but sort of you're going to fit within there. Then do that on the other side as well. That area there. So now you can sort of, you've got all the basics in there. You can start sort of rounding things off, making sure they're a bit more symmetrical. You could add in cheekbones, which are then going to be in this area here, if you wanted to. So just even just a little crease like that. And then sort of come in near the eye and back out again. So it doesn't have to be exact. Everyone's going to draw differently. Everyone's going to draw different kinds of eyes, different kinds of eyebrows. So you don't have to copy exactly. You want to make it your own as well. And the last thing we're going to do is hair. So even though we've got the shape of his head, his hair needs to be off that. His hair isn't flat against his head. It'd only be flat against his head like that if he was bald. But you need a hairline that's at the front. So I find somewhere between that middle line and the top, about halfway, and come up a little bit higher. So there's my halfway mark. And then I'm going to come up a little bit higher like that. And that's what I'm going to do is hairline. And so usually the hairline's like, comes down to the front. It could be a little peak, a little point, then goes back a little bit. And then just above the eyebrows, it comes back in. And then you have the sideburns, the little bits near in front of your ears. And then you can do the hair on top. So I'm just going to draw some shapes. I might get his hair sort of this kind of shape. And then I can go back and put some details in maybe give them a bit of a part here so I know that the hairs are all coming up from that spot there. Basically right now I'm just scribbling, just sort of getting lines in there, not being too precious about it. Then you can like smudge it with your finger to fill it in if you don't want to color it, or go over it with a marker or something. Get this camera back a little bit. We can put in a little bit of a neck. So let me have a look at what you guys are doing. See how it looks. That's good, Tracy. Yeah. Nasha, very good. Rashab, yeah, good. Nice work. Good job. Okay. So the same principles do the same for if you want to do a female face as well. So let's do one on this side now. Start off with a circle, line down the middle. Find out where you want the chin to be. And then come back and up. Sometimes, traditionally women are drawn with narrower faces and slimmer faces, but some women have big square jaws like that too. Just depends on how you want your character to look. The same as traditionally women are drawn with bigger eyes, but women's eyes are exactly the same size as men's eyes. They just have more makeup and fake eyelashes and things like that. So let me just zoom back in on this one. So again, I've got this side is now a bit thinner than this side. You can see it's a bit wider. That's okay. I'm just going to rub out the circle, the bottom of the circle. Find my halfway point, which is about there. Line through. So why don't we do the halfway? So that's the eye line, and then halfway from here to here is the nose line. That's good, James. And then again, halfway down. So we've got eye line, nose line, and the shadow under the lip. And then we'll find halfway and a bit higher, and that's the hairline. So this one, I'm going to start with the nose for this one. Sorry, there's a bit of shadow in there. I'm trying to get my camera away from that shadow. All that. There we go. That's good. So I'm going to start with the nose down here. It's going to be sort of a little bit more like anime, I think. Just do a thin line for the nose and then line up the side. Rub those lines out in there so you can see. And then I am going to draw the eye a bit bigger this time. So a bit of a curve for the top of the eyelid, with some lashes. And the circle is the colored part of the eye. Might draw a little highlight and then draw the black part of the eye, the iris. and then do the opposite on the other side. Leave a bit of a gap, trying to make it symmetrical. So that's my first step there, is drawing the eyelid, the eyelashes, and the pupil, and some eyelashes on the bottom as well. No, everyone does that. It's something I do. Okay. And then I'll put that little highlight in, just draw a circle. And I'll do that. It needs to be on the same side, not the opposite side. So it's on the inside this time. And then the iris. There you go. That eye is slightly bigger than the other one. Okay, how did everyone draw those eyes? Let me have a look at what you've done. That's good, James. Yeah, you got the eyelashes in there. Rashab, yeah, looks like an alien at the moment. That's good, Tracy, too. Yeah, so I'll do another eye over here just to show when I draw that curve. See how I've got like two lines now going? And then I'll color it in, so I sort of thicken it up and then get that bottom one in. Like that. And then just sort of flick out and come back in a little bit there. And then the bottom ones, just do a couple of lines. But you can thicken these up too at the bottom, so it's more like mascara or thicker lashes. And then find that highlight. Like that. And then you can even draw some shadow in the eye. And you even have like the eyelid. Oh, eyelid underneath. So yeah, it's basically starting with that shape. Okay, so let's go back to the head. So we're going to do the mouth. So actually, it might be easier if I draw it bigger first. So where we've got the line coming down the middle, I'm going to draw a sort of curve like that on each side. And then slightly curve it up. So that's the whole of the mouth. And then do a little V at the top. That's going to come down for the lips, the top lip. And then the bottom lip, I'll do a curve this way. And then round that up. Now again, everyone's lips are different. But that's sort of just a basic way I do it. We'll start off with the that little M shape and kick it up at the ends, then a V at the top to make the top lips, then a curve at the bottom, and then round it up for the bottom lip. Okay, so let's do that on the face. So it's, remember, it's not on that line, it's above it. It's very small. Let's do that bottom lip first. There we go. Hard to see with this camera, but it is there. It might be easier if I trace over it with a felt tip later on. Okay, so again, you can put in some cheekbones. And bring it down like that. And the ears, remember, oh, we didn't do the brow. Ears are coming from the brow down to the nose. Find out where the brow is first. And then again, her hair isn't going to sit at the top. She's got her hair line here. It's going to come forward and down to the sideburn area. Give her a part and have that hair. Maybe she's got wavy hair. Her neck in, maybe her hair is coming in front. So then you're not going to use any of these lines. Maybe even her hair is in front of her face a bit. So even though we drew the eye and the ear, we might be rubbing it out. See how I just scribbled over that, and now I'm using my finger just to smudge it. It's because I'm not going to color it in, but you do get a dirty finger from it. So a shiny, dirty finger from all the graphite. Just while you guys are finishing that, I'll just touch this up with this felt tip. That's not a great felt tip, though. Just so you can see a bit of what it'll look like. Yeah, this felt tip is dead. Throw that one out. And we'll do another one. What's this one? Oh, a little thicker, but it's okay. Now, if I erase some of this, these lines, even though I've done the shading in there, you will be able to sort of see the final result, how it's going to look. I should let the felt tip dry for a bit first, because it can smudge if you don't let it dry. Down the neck before I traced it. There you go. You can see how clear that is now. I'm just going to do a bit of shading. Shade that hair back in. Another bit of shadow onto her face or down the nose. A bit more lead in there. Under the eyes, down the nose. Yeah. You can see this one, I didn't trace this eye, so it's just catching the light. But it makes it stick out a bit. Do you guys have felt tip pens there? Or have you got anything? Anything like that? Just a pencil? That's fine. You don't need them. We will need them at one point, but it's good to have them with you all the time if you can get them. Because if, like at this moment, we're waiting for someone to finish before we go ahead. If you're finished early, then you can start inking up your drawing. And they always look good when they're inked up. I had some here the other day. Where are they? So like here's a spider ham I did. So there's some pencil ones I did. So it's Spider-Man, but he's a pig. And that was me just messing around like that, getting some different poses and things. And this was the final one I did. I'll turn the camera up. So that's all done, was done with pencil. Oh, hang on. And then I inked it, so you can see the inking happening in there. Oops. And then I've got some just lines of pen to show shading. And then that's actually colored in there. So you can do things like that. My messy desk, you can see that. Some life drawing here, and some more inked. There you go. So Ninja Turtle. So we're all done with pencil and then felt tip over the top, and then I just shaded it with pencil as well. Okay. All right. How much time have I got? Oh, over half an hour. Okay. So let's try. Get rid of that shadow. let's do a pose. I've got some other things open on my computer. So I don't know if those of you who were here last term, if you remember when we did gesture drawings and a bit of life drawing, like drawing poses from characters. So I'm just looking at some. So I'm going to try a couple. So let's start with a head. And actually I'll put in the line of action. So sort of going this way. Like that. Try and zoom out a bit so you can see the whole thing. Okay, so this is going to be the head, and the character is going to be looking this way. So when we were drawing before, and we drew that with the eyes, because the character was looking straight ahead, but this one, the character is looking sort of out that way and down. Okay, so we've got the character's head direction. Now we need the body. So we've got the chest and shoulders, and then the stomach and waist. So the top part of the body and the bottom part of the body. Okay, so this leg's going to be bent up, this. And this leg is going to be bent out this way. That's why I've drawn that long line. So that's the foot. And then from the shoulder, I've got an arm coming down with the hand. And then we just need the other arm, which is up this way. I think my cat is knocking at my door. Hi, you want to come in? Come on. Come on. Oh. All right, I've got my cat now. Look, here he is. He's gonna draw. All right, so that's the roughed out pose, right? Does everyone want to show me what you got? Is it like that? Good, Tracy, I can barely see that. Oh yeah, I see it, okay. Good. Rashab, this is good too. Michelle. Yours is all blurry, I can't see it. Okay, yeah, everyone's doing good. Good job. Okay. So this is a character called Toad. He's from the X-Men. He's in the X-Men movie, if you've ever seen that. And he's got a long tongue. It's a man, but he sort of acts like a toad. He has a long tongue and he can jump around. He's a villain, a super villain. So I'm just going to clean this one up a bit. I'm just going to rub a bit of this line out so we can see his full body. Okay. And now we'll add some details. So on his face, his mouth's open. So he's like a frog or a toad. So he's got a big mouth. So let's give him a big smiley mouth, a big open mouth. See that? Let me zoom in. There we go. But we also want to get his tongue in there. So I'm going to draw that coming out. Then curling around. I'll just rub out the lines in the between so it doesn't get too confusing. There you go. So he's got this big tongue coming out. What about the face too? Yeah, that's good. That's all really good. Okay, so we've got his nose in here. He's got a small nose. Kitty, what are you doing? And let's give him sort of big frog-like eyes. There we go. Go out again. So big frog eyes, big tongue. And he's just leapt up onto something. I'll give him a little ear over here. And in the character I'm drawing from, he doesn't have goggles, but the one in the X-Men movie had goggles on his head. So we could draw that, like draw a curved line in his forehead, and then a couple of ovals on that. You see those ovals? And then draw lines coming up off those. And then add another oval on the top. So we've got a small oval, line up, go around one side of that small oval, and then draw an oval on top. So that is his goggles. Small eraser here somewhere. Oh, that doesn't erase very well at all. It's dirty. Try that again. That's better. Okay. So we can give him some hair as well. Like some shaggy hair, unkept, sort of, could even be longish. Maybe some eyebrows. And some pupils. It's going to color in that mouth too, because I'm starting to get confused with all the lines. So wherever the tongue is, I'm coloring it in, and I need to draw his lip or the bottom of his mouth to join up with the body, or with the face, I should say. Okay. So let's we won't put too much detail on the rest of it. Let's just move on and fill out the body a bit more. So where the hand is, well, I'm jumping all the way down to the other side. I've got a thumb sticking out one side here, and this is where the fingers are going to be. So I could, put them in. There's one finger and another. I'm going to give him 3 fingers. It's fine. And then his thumb. And then I want to thicken out. I've already got his shoulder at the top here. I want to thicken out where his forearm is. And his upper arm is going to go and join up to that shoulder. Okay. Okay, so let's go to the farthest foot, this one. So I'm going to clean up that foot and the heel. And then, so where this bend is, that's sort of where the knee is there. So I've got the thigh up to the body. This is the calf muscle and the shin. So I need to put that on the other side and draw the leg up as well. And then I'll do that for the other leg. Find out where that foot's going to go. And the heel. I've got the shin already up to the knee. And I'll do the calf. So it's thin at the ankle and then round at the top. Put in the thigh and then join the other thigh up to the body. Do this one now. So then body comes up. Now that I'm looking at it, this chest is a little big. That's okay. Can work with it. I mean, you could draw some abdominal muscles in there if you wanted to. Then we've got his other arm, which is not in the shot. His other arm, I need to get his forearm in. Find out where the upper arm is, and then we can see where the shoulder is joining the body. And this hand is sort of a fist. Yeah. That's cool, James. That looks good. I'm just trying to find another one. There we go. Oops. Lost it. There it is. Okay, so that's one little pose of toad. Now we'll do another, we'll do a female this time. That's good, Michelle. Yeah, that's good too, Rochelle. Okay. Are you good, Lucas? Can I take this one away? Yeah, we have. Okay, so the next one I'm going to do is Jean Grey. She is a telepath mutant, so she can fly, move things with her mind. So her pose is, we'll draw the head, and she's looking slightly out this way. So instead of looking straight ahead, like looking at the camera, she's sort of looking up that way, not straight at you. And her body line goes straight back this way because she's flying. So if I get in her shoulders, she's got big pointy shoulders, and her chest and her stomach like that. Then her thigh and her leg going down to her foot, and her other leg is up here. And her calf and her foot. And then she has one arm back like this. And that's her hand. And then on this side, sort of coming like that. And this one's going to look shorter because it's foreshortened, which means it's overlapping itself. So it actually looks shorter than it actually is. A bit. And then her hair sort of like this. A big bit coming down like that. She's got lots of hair. Okay, has everyone got that? Have you done that, James? Are you sketching that one? We've only got 10 minutes left. I can't hear you, James. You're muted. If you want to chat, if you want to say something, write in the chat or raise your hand in Zoom. Okay. In the meantime, we're going to put some detail into this face. Okay, so she's got a pointy chin. Head comes up like that. She's wearing sort of a headband mask that comes down on a point like that. Then we'll get her eyebrows in. She's looking a little angry. And her eyes. And this is where we can get those lashes in again. And her nose, little small nose, and her mouth. She's sort of doing an angry mouth where she's gritting her teeth. So lip, big lip on the bottom, small lip at the top. I don't really see that there is a color it in, it might stand out a bit better. The lip on the top. But before we go on the rest of the body, because normally I'd work down, I'm just going to do this. She's got a fringe sitting over the top of her mask that sort of comes up. The lighting's a bit weird. It comes up like that and comes over her mask and then swings out like that. So sort of one flopped over bit of hair. I need to rub out. Else there. Okay. Good, Ashar. Good job. All right. So shoulder. She's got. Oh, actually, that her face mask comes down as well on that side. So this bit. Actually down there. And you might be able to see her ear under there too. But now for her shoulder. She's got a big shoulder plate. It sticks out like that. And one on this side as well. Well, we're gonna need to hurry because we're running out of time. Okay, so her chest, little bump for her breast, and then down for her belly, and she's got a belt on with the belt buckle has it's a circle with an X on it. I don't know if it's very visible there. There you go. So we can draw that belt going up around her waist. And the front part of her suit is blue. The shoulders and the front part is blue. Same as the shoulder blades. Okay. So let's do the leg. We can just pretty much go over the shape we drew there. That's still working. Just want to break it up a little bit. And no, she doesn't have boots on. It's all one piece. That the blue bit at the front actually goes down there as well. And then as you come down the leg, you can add in a knee. And a bit of shape to her calf for her foot. She's got a detail on the side of her thigh as well. Looks like that. Okay. Oh, we got 2 minutes. My goodness. Okay. So for her arm, she does have some kind of cuff on her arm, which is also blue. What are you doing? My cat's going crazy, scratching at my door. She wants to be fed. So then we can draw her fingers in. They're barely halfway up the hand. And I'm going to go over and do, then we do the top, up to the shoulder. Do the same on this side. A little cuffing. And this one, because it's foreshortened, it's all going to get smaller and smaller. So her hand's going to be really small. And yeah, that's it. We are out of time. So, like, you just quickly do her hair, some hair lines through it. Some bits straggling off. Like that. Let's pull out.
Evan, I think we run out of time.
We're out of time.
All right. I can see Lucas was a bit lost at the end.
Yeah.
But the rest is keeping up, so that's good. Yeah. Can everyone show us what you've done?
Yeah, hold up and see what you're up to. Well, Lucas, that's pretty. I mean, James, that's pretty good. Michelle, yeah, good. Rashad, that's good. Tracy, it's a bit hard to see, but I can sort of see it. Lucas, how did you go? Have you got one there to show? Oh, that's good.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, maybe he was just focused.
Yeah, he looked a bit lost at the end, but
good job, Lucas. Everyone did really good. Yeah, well done.
Yeah, can you take a photo and send it to us? Try to finish them.
Yeah.
All of the recording is online on YouTube. So if you actually feel lost, you can rewatch them. Yeah. Now I'm gonna unmute everyone to say goodbye to Evan and see you next week.
See my cat. Hang on. There we go.
Right. Can you
really
unmute?
Hungry.
Can you unmute and say goodbye to Mr. Evan, please?
Bye.
Bye. See you next week.
We'll see
Thanks
you
so
next
much.
week.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.